We are joined by Bills wide receiver Ja'Mori Maclin. He of the 2 receptions for 108 yards and a touchdown in last week's convincing victory over the Cleveland Browns.
Very nice.
Ja'Mori, thanks for joining us here, fresh off the practice field. Thanks for turning that around quickly. You clean up well. Good to see you. And I guess I want to begin here because I think this was the most telling part for me about your performance last week. It was clear that Kyle Allen felt comfortable going to you in a big spot, drops that shot over the shoulder to you for the 36-yarder on the 2-minute drill drive for the touchdown at the end of the first half. Shane Buechele comes into the game, and he's looking for you on that crossing route that you turn up the sideline and go 71 yards for the touchdown. So how good does it feel when you've got quarterback 2 and quarterback 3 all looking in your direction?
I mean, it definitely is. It's a blessing, man. I feel like I was able to build those connections with those guys during the spring, and definitely some over the summer. I spent a lot of time with Shane Buechele over the summer. I stayed here all 6 weeks, just working out with my coaches and throwing with him. But it's definitely a blessing knowing that they look for me, and now that just gives me a lot more confidence going into this next game.
So tell me about the phone call you made to your family.
Yeah, I can't. Give me a second. I can't hear you guys. I need to turn the volume up.
All right.
It's right here. Yeah. There we go. All right. You can ask the question again.
Ja'Mori, tell me about the phone call you had with your family after that game you put up in Cleveland.
Man, my phone was going crazy. It was my family actually came to the game, so I was able to do that in front of my mom and a couple of my siblings, my grandmother, and a few of my aunties, and it was definitely a blessing. I still can't even process what happened. I feel like everything happened so fast. I know that they're proud of me, and I'm glad that I can, make them proud and happy. So it was definitely a blessing to do that in front of them.
So I want to get the number right here because sometimes when you have a big family like that, a lot of times people don't count themselves in the total number of siblings. So are you one of 14 and you have 13 siblings?
Yep, I am.
Okay.
Yep,
where are you in the order? Where are you in the order, Ja'Mori?
I am third. I got 2 older brothers, and then the rest of them are all younger.
Okay.
All right.
And I guess when you're one of the older ones, a lot of times the parents need help in terms of divide and conquer with various household responsibilities and watching the younger ones.
Absolutely.
So was it you and your 2 older brothers that kind of had to keep the younger ones in line, or hey, you're in charge of these 3, you're in charge of these 3, and you're in charge of these 3? How did the divvying of responsibilities go in the household?
Yeah, me and one of my older brothers definitely did that a lot growing up. Like we had to take care of all my younger siblings while my mama had to go work 2-3 jobs. So it was definitely a blessing in disguise. Definitely being older now, I look back on it. I'm glad I was able to spend that time with them because I don't get to do much of that now. But my mom, she always made us watch those kids. It used to make us mad. We used to be like, we want to go outside and play, but we got to watch 5 of our siblings. Like I said, it's a blessing for sure.
And in your time here in Buffalo, it has been a little bit of a herky-jerky type of training camp. You were all the way over in St. John Fisher for 7 or 8 days. Then you had the open practice. Back to St. John Fisher, then you had a preseason game, then you were in Cleveland for joint practice. So it's a team that has been moving around quite a bit during this preseason. How has that affected, the vibe on the team? How has it affected you in the wide receiver room? What's it been like having the team, kind of being moved around a little bit during this time?
I mean, I think it's we got a lot of vets on our team, man, that has done it for some years. They just brought the younger guys along because a lot of young guys, this is our first year here, so we don't know what it feels like. But I feel like when you got a coach that set the standard, coaches that set the standard, and you got those vets that set the standard and know how to bring the younger guys along, I feel like it made the adjustment pretty easy. And it's been fun, man. We got a real tight-knit team. Everybody's close, being in St. John Fisher and even spending some time down in Cleveland. I feel like we've done nothing but got closer. We go out to dinner with each other. We play ping pong with each other, all those small things. So I feel like it's been a great adjustment.
Ja'Mori, we try to pay attention at practice and, get a handle on guys' individual skill sets. And for my eyes, and look, I'm not going to pretend to be a coach or a personnel executive or anything, but just from my eyes, I would say two strengths that stand out about your skill set are your burst off the line and your releases. They look very well developed. Maybe in some cases more developed than you would anticipate seeing from a rookie. But I wonder, and I'm going to ask you this, do you feel your 6 years spent in college and all the games you played helped you really refine your release technique where you feel more ready for the NFL?
Absolutely. One thing about me, I had to learn how to become a technician because I wasn't a blazing down the field fast guy. So I was like, all right, I got to find some way to get open. And everybody knows me. I'm pretty much like, I teach a lot of people how to do releases and stuff like that because I've learned the game so much and I've worked on their releases so much to where, like, for me, it's second nature. So that's my way of getting open. That's my way of beating those guys that may be faster than me. Is my release packages and things like that. So I've definitely fine-tuned those things, and I'm still fine-tuning those things. Being in the NFL, it's now a new level of competition, and now I'm trying to,
Right.
even be a little bit more, spot on with what I do and how I, want to defeat my defender. So.
All right, so help me out with this, Ja'Mori, because I've seen a number of different 40 times for you. The best one I've seen is 4.51. Is that a good day for you, or you think you can drive that even lower?
Nah, hey, that's good enough for me. I really never care much about being a fast guy.
Well, it's looked good enough on the field.
You feel, exactly. So, like, I never really cared. I don't care about people saying that there's guys faster than me. Like, that's not my game. I know and I understand that. I use my strengths, and being a 4.5 guy still get open versus guys that run 4.3. So, like, to me, it doesn't really matter,
Give us a little idea about the vibe. This is a team that came in, had that open practice against the Browns, and everybody seemed to play really well against them. And Browns actually played, in my opinion, I'll get your take on this, Ja'Mori. I thought the Bills and Browns practice was more competitive than the actual game turned out to be. I know that you guys hung a big number up on them, and Bills kind of lumped those guys up in the game, but in the practice, I thought it was pretty competitive. What was the take on your team and in the roster, in your locker room about how that went down there in Cleveland for 4 days?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I think it was a great week there. We respect the Browns and what they have in their organization, and definitely when we had our joint practice, it was definitely very, very competitive from their defense and from their offense and from our defense and from our offense. But we know what we can bring to the table as a team. Honestly, we went in with that confidence, regardless of how the joint practice went. We felt like we won a day, of course. So we just carried that on into the game and was able to get a big dub. So.
I know you're proud of the fact that, your cousin is Ja'Mori Maclin, the former Philadelphia Eagles receiver. How much of a mentor has he been for you, and where would you say he's helped you most in preparation for the league?
He helps me out a lot, man. Like, from not even just football stuff, but life stuff as well. I feel like that's the biggest thing that he's done for me. Like, very rarely do we talk much about ball. I think a lot of it is just about life. And man, having him on my side, man, being my mentor and somebody that understands the game at the highest level, played in it for 8, 9, 10 years, it's definitely it helps me out a lot. I feel like I always say it's like a cheat sheet on a test. Having him in my corner, I can always call him and try to get some type of pointers and stuff like that. But definitely having him on my side has helped me out a lot. We're very two different players, I will say that. So, like, when it comes to route running, he definitely teaches me little things, but 9 times out of 10, I'm probably teaching him something about route running because that wasn't more so his game. He was a blazing fast guy with really good hands, and I'm like, I didn't get those genes didn't come down to me. I wish, but I got the short end of the stick being a 4.5 guy, and I'm like, hey, I'm okay with that, So, he's it's definitely a blessing to be able to make him proud, and just knowing that he's a phone call away whenever I'm dealing with anything is really, really good for me.
You might be a good guy to ask. I don't want to go off the subject, but there's a lot in the media now about guys going back to college to play, about how the NCAA, and it's been a little bit of the Wild West in the NCAA. Tell us about your experience. I know you came out of Kentucky. Give us an idea of your college career, and was it a good experience for you, and what your thoughts are about it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like man, my experience was so different. I spent 2 years at Missouri, 2 years at North Texas, and 2 years at Kentucky. Bounced around a little bit, just trying to find the right fit for me. You know, I wanted to be closer to my family, which is why I did transfer to Kentucky that last year after North Texas. But I know it gives a lot of guys opportunities, man, to find what fits them. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you never know what goes on behind closed doors at these schools with these players. You know, some guys want to transfer, but you never know, like, what really happened. But I don't really know. I don't really have much to say about guys going to the NFL and then going back. I feel like if once you come here, you got to be here. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I guess, you know, the NCAA world is a little different. I don't know, man. It's crazy nowadays.
It is crazy.
Yeah, it is
crazy with a
absolutely
capital
crazy.
C. All right, so we've got the last preseason game on Thursday, Thursday night here in the stadium. I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How much do you want to carry the success you experienced in the last game into this one? Because really, it's about sustained success, right? That's what convinces coaches more than anything else that you are the guy and you can do the job on any given Sunday. So maybe just walk us through your mental approach to carry last week's performance into this week.
I mean, I think right now it starts with practice, how I attack this entire week before the game. I don't think it just starts in the game. I think it, like I said, it starts that Sunday, that Monday after the game in my mentality. You know what I'm saying? My mentality every day out here has been go get better, continue to show up, do what I can do, and show the coaches what I can do. And again, build that trust more of my quarterbacks in the game. You know, that confidence that I had last game was something that I really needed. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I know what I can do. I never lost faith in myself. You know, the game is all about opportunities. And so when opportunities come out, definitely, you know, make them again. So I think just not getting too high, getting too low, you know, I think that helps me out a lot. Just staying, I like to stay level. I don't make it bigger than what it is. Like, yeah, I had a good game last game, but like, okay, now we got the Steelers this week. It's a new week. So, you know, just remaining with that chip drafted guy. I felt like I should have been drafted, but, you know, things happen the way they do. And I feel like having that chip on my shoulder is what helps me out a lot going into these preseason games because I know what I can do.
Okay, so help me with degree of difficulty. Which catch was tougher, the over-the-shoulder or the one-hander you had here against Carolina on that crossing route?
That one-handed was hard because I was running full speed. And usually when it's behind you, guys may slow down. I was telling myself, I'm not slowing down. I'm literally just about to reach back and catch it. Like I wasn't, because I knew that guy was behind me. If I would have slowed down, he would have tackled me. So I was like, no, like, I'm just keep running and just catch it. Like I work on my one hands a lot. A lot of my teammates, you know, they give me hell about it. To be honest with you, they're like, don't do that in practice. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know, when I work on it so much, whenever even off season and sometimes in practice, I feel like in games it comes so easy. But I feel like that catch was a lot harder than the over the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'll tell you, you didn't even touch it with the other hand too. That was a coup de grace. That was a chef's kiss when you cut off the one hand and then left the other hand off of it. You didn't even settle it in.
Right.
That's big. I noticed that. That was awesome, man. That was great.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ja'Mori, thanks very much for the time. We appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you show up and show out on Thursday night. And I want to personally thank you because we always pick a sleeper in camp every year, and you were my pick as a sleeper in camp. And so thanks for making me look good. I appreciate it.
There we go, Chris. There we go. I'm glad you have faith in me, man. That gives me a lot more confidence going to the next game for sure.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, show them on Thursday night, all right?
Thanks for having me. Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right, that's
You bet.
Ja'Mori Maclin joining us here on One Bills Live.